and you have 3 years.
Well, of course, then you're now talking about two things. You talk about Uganda as a state, then you talk about East Africa. Maybe we should wait until East Africa becomes one state in order to do it, since big projects need a lot of time.
Of course, plans are put there, and bets are put, and they continue. So you don't wait for that time. That's why the developed world, they have think tank. Who thinks ahead? Who thinks ahead? These things are going to happen. I'm talking about them right now in 2011, but they are going to happen. They are real. Because 2013 you are going to have a president, the chairman of a president of East African Community.
Yes.
And in 2019 you will have the one of East Africa.
A president for East Africa.
Yes.
All right, let's hear from another politician. Thank God I'm not one. Mr. Asuman, Basalirwa, president of JEEMA, the youngest president in this country. Talk to us about this proposal. Does it sound good to your taste?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I want to thank the Honorable Minister. I am in a very big dilemma. I am not very sure whether I should respond to the proposal or to respond to Honorable Kakooza as a person. I'm in a very big dilemma. But let me say a few things. Number one, I think this proposal is diversionary, especially coming at this point in time. The whole country is talking about a failed election. The whole country is talking about a sham election. The whole country is talking about breakdown of institutions. People are beginning peaceful protests about an unfair election. As I was coming to studio, I received a call from a young man called Idi Savidi. He's stuck in Tripoli. Other countries are evacuating their citizens. Uganda has no evacuation plan at all. And out of the blue, somebody comes up with a very weird...
Well, some people arrived from Libya the other day.
Yes, but you know how they came. You see, you can go to a school and it is closed. You find a school closed,
yes,
and you are driving. Okay?
Yes.
And you find you have gone to pick your kid, and you find your neighbor's kid also there.
And you drive
so you drive him, you drive the kid back home. This is what happened. Kenya Airways brought a plane, and Ugandans somehow found their way. But I'm telling you, I can even give you the telephone contact. You speak to them.
Go on, together with other nationalities. Nigerians are also on that.
Exactly.
Go on, go on.
So I think this one is really a diversionary issue. It's intent and it's calculated. I know Honorable Kakooza and his group in the NRM have calculated to bring up this idea to divert the attention of Ugandans from serious national concerns, especially regarding free and fair elections. You have read the reports of the election observers, with the exception of, I think, IGAD. Okay?
Yes.
All the others have said this election fell short of the threshold required of a free and fair election. So this is not something really we should be putting a lot of attention to. I believe that Honorable Kakooza is continuing to play the role of an arrow in somebody's bow, okay? Just like he did to the third term, is again coming up with this weird idea. But let's try to address the substance of the discussion is making. Number one, he says 5 years is so short a time to accomplish one's program. But who told Honorable Kakooza and his clique that a state is a personal property? A state belongs to Ugandans. And the synonym I want to give in this regard is that a state is like constructing a house. Okay? If we are all constructing a house, you come and put up a foundation. Another person comes and probably builds on that. And another person. There is no perpetual mandate that for you, you are perpetually mandated to serve. And therefore, without you, no other people can serve. If a country is coming and if a government is coming and you are signing a road, you have gone to the World Bank to negotiate a loan and it takes 1 year. If you are out of power and that loan matures, other Ugandans will come and utilize that loan for that purpose. Because the hospitals we are using in this country were not put up by this government. But when they came in, if they are dilapidated, they have a duty to repair them. If there is no painting, they have a duty to paint. So there is no perpetual mandate which compels anybody to come and think that 5 years is so short a time. 3, the argument is also not empirical, it is not scientific. Honorable Kakooza should do us a favor to come and tell us what methodology he came up with. Was he using quantitative methods? Were they qualitative? What is so empirical about his argument? Has he just fallen from Mars? Not long ago he was talking about opening up term limits. Now he's talking about 7 years. What has changed since then? What is so sacrosanct? If you have been in power for 25 years and you have failed to achieve his Minister for Health, let him tell us the state of health in this country. You go to hospitals, go to Bujiri where I come from. Okay? Basic drugs are not there. And you are saying that give us 7 years to be able to achieve more. So I really find the arguments very pedestrian. In the US, he was talking about Obama losing midterm elections. I was fortunate I was in the US.
Yes.
Yes, that time. I came when he was talking about it.
Yes.
It's a combination of factors. It has nothing to do with a short period of time. As a matter of fact, when you look at their system, 8 years, the performance in 8 years is far much more.
8 as well, that's 2 4-year terms.
Yes.
If you get that.
Exactly. The performance is far much more than us who have 5 years. And that's why in Egypt, they are trying to borrow that in their constitutional proposals.
Egypt, they have 6 years unlimited.
Yes, they are saying they should have 4 years.
6.
Okay?
Yeah, in Egypt.
Yes, their proposal now.
Mubarak ran for 5.
After Mubarak going off the course.
Yes.
One of their proposals, if you look at their proposals, if you have read them, the constitutional proposals,
yes,
they are talking about 4 years of 2 limits, 2 term limits.
The Americans.
In other words, the American system.
Right.
So I don't really think that we have any justification. This proposal is talking about, we all know, was derived from the French system. And of course, Rwanda because of that background,
yes.
It's perhaps one of the only aspects they have borrowed from the French. Other aspects, they have thrown them through the window. But they had their own reasons. Because the French and the French colonies, especially French, have a very unique history. If you look at what was happening in France. Okay? So you cannot really borrow that system, come and place it here, and then you think it is going to succeed. So I think the problems of this country have not been really 5 years, 7 years. We have fundamental problems. And I just want to call upon Honorable Kakooza and his colleagues to respect Ugandans, especially at this point in time. People are aggrieved. Everybody is almost complaining. Even those who have won are not very sure whether they will really benefit from the fruits of their struggle.
What do you mean?
In terms of election. Because you don't know, a vote recount can be ordered tomorrow.
No, let's not talk about vote recounts.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
Please, let's start the discussion about vote recounts.
No, but I am developing the point of being diversionary.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Maybe to follow up, to pick up a certain point, you say that in the US they have 2 4-year terms, which is, some people say it's a short period of time. In the French, they have 7 years. I think there's one country that has... Egypt is 6. Mexico is... Egypt is 6 and
that was the last.
Mexico is 6
years. In Egypt, the 6 were the last. They are not going to happen again.
Well, because there's a constitutional reform. But let me talk. Some people will say that in the US they have built structures. When the president comes in, he changes precious little because they've got a foundation. And in small countries like this, you still need to build roads, tarmac roads, and so on.
Can I chip in something?
Yes. Before we go for the break, very briefly, sir.
You know, there is one professor who said that if history is forgotten, then the future is lost. I would like to urge you, let him make a research all over countrywide, all over the world. The country to develop depends on 4 letters. Political stability of a country. Uganda, where it is, this government came in 1986. But it has been going all over struggles of the war in the north. When did he complete it? This is a country which came at scratch zero in 86. That has been a struggle. The economic war. This country went into a total inflation.
Yes.
Now we are gaining the economic growth.
240 in 1987.
Yeah, exactly. The economic growth which is growing is not built up within a single day or 5 years.
Right.
Isn't he happy about what is happening on the economic growth?
Good question. Maybe we'll follow up on that as soon as we
Isn't
get
he
back.
happy on the social infrastructure which the government is trying to achieve? He's talking of the health service delivery. How many were they?
We are
By
about for a
then,
break. This is Spectrum
we
Radio.
are competing in a world of new technologies, of those developed world, that they were not made within a single day. It's a gradual process.
This is
Even if you
Spectrum?
make a projection,
Yes.
I argue, any projection of political, economic, and social infrastructure, it has a grace period all over the world.
Yes.
Therefore, you cannot say that somebody can come and gains power, he deals with it, and say it's just a mere talk and theory.
This is
must be
Spectrum
practical.
on Radio 1. We're going for a break. Our topic tonight, in whose interest, is the proposal to amend the Constitution to extend the term of elective office from 5 to 7 years. The architect of that program is here with us in the studio. He started the plan to remove term limits. It succeeded. He said this time,
I'll talk about
if you
it.
think it's a joke,
It didn't start.
let us start
The idea was
taking
put in
him
his head.
seriously. Mr. Kakooza, Honorable Kakooza, when we get back, we'd like you to give us some case studies of other countries where it has worked, which you can parallel against this one. Listeners, stay with us. We'll be back.
They are not.
Introducing Castle Light, a refreshing